Father, can you do me a favor? I can borrow your pen. One of those. Thank you. I love you, Mary Jo. I love you, Mary Jo.
Problem. Got my clutch. Notes.
I
Got to have a million pens, highlighters.
Hi, Crystal.
This is not another boring podcast. Mustafa through the police body cam. Judge Carol Weimer under the microscope. I want to thank Mary Jo. Mary Jo, thank you for being here.
Absolutely.
Mary Jo looks like a Barbie doll. I keep telling her this, and I mean it. This is not a compliment. Thank you for being here, ma'am. You drive all the way to be here. It's beautiful having you here.
Absolutely. Thank you. I appreciate you having me.
I want to thank Becky. I want to thank Missy, Crystal, Casey, and everybody that's joining the conversation. Today is going to be an unorthodox podcast, if that makes any kind of sense. We're going to be jumping into a TikTok live. So it's going to be a little bit different. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be the main character. Unfortunately. Now, what I mean by that, I have a tendency to take over the conversation. For the love of God, please cut into my conversation. Mary Jo, you already know.
Yes.
Please, you have your own microphone.
Yes.
You can cut into my conversation, and please do that, because otherwise I'm just going to keep going on and on and on. I love you, ma'am.
Yes, I got you.
Shelly, hello. Thank you for being here. I love you, ma'am. Thank you for being here. All right, if I can find the live that I'm supposed to be in, that's going to be...
I'm going to cruise over to TikTok.
Missy, I love you, ma'am. Thank you. Let's see. Gonna take a minute. Let's see.
They know you're coming?
Yeah, no,
Okay.
they asked me to come in.
When you
So
say
it's gonna be a beautiful live.
Okay.
Let's see, how does this work? Almost there. While we find this live, we're gonna recap the Mustafa Al-Jazari case. Mustafa Al-Jazari case is a vehicle accident. Mustafa lost his family in a vehicle accident. His girlfriend, her 5-year-old baby. Mustafa, we have evidence where every police report has been falsified. Mustafa's statement with the investigator falsified Mustafa's statements. Dorothy's kids have been weaponized, lied to by the police department. Kids that we have evidence that love Mustafa. And by that I mean we have the Google Nest inside the apartment. So you don't have to take my word for it. We have the Google Nest. You can see before the police made contact with the kids loved Mustafa. In the Mustafa Al-Jazari case, there's a dash camera inside the vehicle. The Commonwealth Attorney has been concealing it for 2 years. And is terrified that the community is going to be watching this dash camera. Unfortunately for her, we have it, we released it, and we're releasing all the body cams and documents that are falsified in this case all over the internet. She's been sealing the whole entire file for over 2 years. But we're releasing it. We're actively releasing everything for the past 2 years. We're releasing documents. We're releasing the whole entire file.
We're releasing the truth.
The truth. And
piece by piece.
Yes, ma'am.
For everybody to watch slowly but surely. And you have stated, because I do want to disclaim it one more time, we are not stating, and you are not stating, that all police officers are bad.
Exactly.
You have just run across a few bad, and it's making the whole system in Prince William. Well, actually, they're getting exposed.
Are you live on TikTok?
Missy, not yet. I'm trying to find Latinos live. So I'm having a hard time finding it, but I'm gonna find it. That's exactly like Mary Jo said. Every time we get here, we're not saying police officers are bad. We're against the police. As a matter of fact, we're saying the exact opposite. Every time we come here, we remind the community what we talk about is specific files. The majority of police serve and protect this community. The majority of police put their life on the line every single day. Prince William County, Manassas Police, our Sheriff Department, our jail officers. But we have files on certain individuals that wear a badge and a uniform, that we're asking the department to be accountable for those individuals.
Correct.
And I don't think there's anything wrong with that conversation. I did 2 civilian contracts when I was overseas. When I got back, I started a company that took care of Marines that get stuck on base. And I hired 3 Marines that are military police Marines on their day off. And instead of sitting in a barrack doing nothing, we trained them and we have them serve their fellow Marines. I mean, there is no one that wants to say thank you for your service more than me. But I'm not going to sit here and thank you for your service when you're engaged in police misconduct. No, I have a whole entire file on you, and I go to the chief of police. And when the chief of police doesn't listen, we go to the federal government.
But it's also, let me point out, the same chief of police, if I'm not wrong, that fully acknowledged in writing that the police officer falsified the police report.
Exactly.
So it all gets real confusing right at that moment when the case continues. You documented, you admitted, you stated your police officer falsified his police report.
Exactly. Well, Mary Jo, I'm trying to find Latina.
I know.
No, my
I
direction.
love you.
Multitasking.
Yes.
We took the audio conversation between Mustafa, my brother Muhammad, had recorded the phone call conversation between the investigator and Mustafa. And this investigator, in his police report, falsified Mustafa's statements. It's black and white. We have an audio recording. We took it to Internal Affairs, and the chief of police and Internal Affairs sent us a letter admitting that they falsified the police report. Now, it's all over the news, all over NBC4. Now, what's disturbing, and this is where it gets really disturbing, we have an audio that the investigator falsified the police report. You don't have to take my word for it. You can listen to it, and you can clearly hear in the audio that this investigator said, Mustafa, you told me you were arguing inside this vehicle, inside the vehicle,
Right.
with your girlfriend. You told me that you were angry at your girlfriend inside the vehicle. Mustafa never said that, but it's in the investigator police report. Now it's in black and white. We have the audio. Internal Affairs run their investigation and then send us a letter. And the verbiage says, this investigator, Robert Drum, violated department policy. Now, my complaint was very specific. I'm not complaining about his uniform. I'm very specific in my complaint. I'm not complaining about this investigator not tying his shoes. I'm not complaining about this investigator doesn't wash his vehicle after a day. My complaint is very specific. I said in that complaint, when I submitted to Internal Affairs, when I gave them the audio, I said this investigator falsified my brother's statement on the police report. He said that my brother said, Mustafa, that he said that he was arguing inside the vehicle, that he was angry at his girlfriend inside the vehicle. And in the police report, it's all over the news, NBC4, you can look it up. And I submitted the audio. This is a very specific complaint, by the way. So when I get a letter after they run their investigation and they tell me that this investigator have violated department policy, what are they addressing? They're addressing my complaint.
Correct.
I get a lot of troll comments.
Correct.
They tell me, well, the letter didn't say that he falsified the police report. The reality of this situation is I don't need a letter from Internal Affairs to tell me that this investigator falsified my brother police reports. I have the audio.
A separate letter than the police chief.
No, it's one letter signed by the chief of
Okay.
police from Internal Affairs.
I got you.
So the letter is a letter from Internal Affairs signed by the chief of police saying that we found out that this investigator have violated department policy, and they put it all over the news. Julie Carey puts it all over the news. Now this is a letter to my complaint. They're admitting that they falsified. They found out that this investigator falsified the police report. At least that's what they're telling me. That's what they're telling the community. Now, why is it when I open the file, I find the supplement report to say, the supplement report, because they're supposed to, when they admit that they falsified the police report, they're supposed to put a supplement report. A supplement report is when you have falsifications on a police report, they put in another report correcting those statements. Well, why is it when I open the discovery, I find out that the supplement report is written by no other than the investigator himself, and he says, I can't hear the audio. I mean, talk about gaslighting the case.
Right.
I mean, the audio is so clear. Dr. Talar, thank you for being here, sir. Thank you for joining the conversation.
Yes, thank you.
He says that they said that they couldn't hear the audio. The audio is crystal clear. When you listen to it, you can hear what Mustafa's saying, what the investigator's saying. It's crystal clear. But they write, we could not hear the audio. And they're attempting to avoid the whole entire situation. I mean, that's lying to Mustafa. That's lying to the family. That's lying to the community. I mean, now you're not only talking about the investigator, you're also talking about internal affairs. You're talking about the chief of police. I mean, we're supposed to have trust within a police department. They have to maintain the trust that the community have within the agency, within the organization. But if you're talking about, now, you're not only talking about the investigator, you're talking about the department. And that's a problem.
That is a problem.
And I cannot find Latina. Where is Latina?
Remember Glenn Hill? Remember Glenn Hill is watching us from Facebook when we were at the pavilion that one day?
You know, I'll tell you. You know, Glenn Hill is a can of worm, a whole entire can of worm on his own. This guy comes out, puts me in handcuffs. I mean, what are we doing, sir? And he comes out with 10 deputies. 10. Not one, not two, not three. 10 deputies. To make a point. Not to me, but the rest of the community, that if they decide to come out and exercise their First Amendment, he wants to tell them, this is what's going to happen to you.
Yes.
I mean, he arrested me on my platform. Well, unfortunately for him, we took him to court. And 7 jurors, it was a jury trial, unanimously said that the sheriff was wrong. And I absolutely do have a First Amendment. I was found not guilty.
Correct.
And
Correct. I was there.
you were there.
Yes, I was there.
Mary Jo was there.
Yes.
She saw the whole thing.
I actually got to witness the whole thing. It was absolutely in shock. It was a 3-ring circus. A 3-ring circus. And I actually felt bad for, I guess it's called a deputy, the man that, when Sheriff Glenn Hill said arrest him, and the deputy was confronted by that, the blank look on his face when they said, why did you arrest him? He was like, oh, I was given a direct
order.
order. Yeah, direct order. He didn't even know why he handcuffed. Come on. And that, I watched the jury's faces. Yeah.
It's sad. It is absolutely
actually-
sad.
but they did it to themselves.
And what you're doing, I mean, what
That
is...
was sad.
It's really sad. I mean, what essentially Sheriff Glenn Hill is doing is he's mechanizing deputies that are there to serve the community, and he's giving them an ultimatum.
Yeah.
You do what I tell you. You lie the way I want you to lie if you want to keep your job, your pension, your career, and that's a problem. And that's sad. I mean, you're talking about Deputy Bishop, the deputy that you saw put me in handcuffs, that's a retired Marine. I mean, talk about giving someone an ultimatum.
Yeah.
I mean, I felt bad for that deputy. I mean, was he in the wrong? Absolutely. Not only did he follow an unlawful order, but then he lied. On multiple occasions, he lied. Did you know, Mary Jo, that when Deputy Bishop took me and put me in handcuffs. He took me in front of a magistrate. They video phoned a magistrate out of Arlington, so one county over. And Deputy Bishop told the magistrate that I was already trespassed off the property, and that Sheriff Glen Hill had asked me and individuals who's already been trespassed off the property to leave, and when I did not leave, then ordered my arrest.
But you had not been ever trespassed.
Absolutely not. I've been protesting. As a matter of fact, I've been protesting on that property for over, at that time, I was over 4 months.
So Prince William used verbiage to Arlington having no idea what's going on.
Exactly.
Just called into this mess. He has no idea about the area, anything. They jump him in with false words. Oh, that's gross. That's gross misconduct.
It's sad. It's really sad. And then during my general district, so we took it to court, and in general district court, Sheriff Glen Hill takes a stand. So the recording is on the internet. Sheriff Glen Hill takes a stand, and he says, knowing that I have a video, he can't lie about me not being disorderly. He says, I'm not disorderly. And he had no idea that I was arrested for disorderly. When you watch the video, you see that Sheriff Glen Hill is giving out the order for my arrest as disorderly. He said, arrest him you're being arrested for, he said, he told Deputy Bishop to arrest me for disorderly. You can see it on video. But he took the stand, and he said he had no idea that I was being arrested for disorderly. And then Deputy Bishop takes a stand, because he was outside, because he's being used as a witness.
Right. He could be
They call him in. So Deputy Bishop takes a stand, and Deputy Bishop says, I wasn't there in the beginning. Sheriff Glen Hill motioned, and this is a motion for, it's our signal as deputy sheriff. When we get this signal, that means we need more deputies. He said, I got the motion by the sheriff, and Sheriff Glen Hill ordered me to arrest Amar Al-Jazari with disorderly.
Yes.
So now you have two conflicting testimony. Which one is telling the truth? Someone is lying.
Right.
I mean, it's on video. Angie, hello.
Hello. Are you coming to the live?
I'm trying to. I can't find Latina. I think I just sent her a follow.
Okay, maybe I'll have to have her close the live and accept it, and then we'll start back up.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, let me know. And I'll just keep texting you until we figure this out.
All right, thank you.
Yes, ma'am. So someone is lying, but we have the video. Sheriff Glen Hill, what Deputy Bishop said on the stand in GDC is true. It's on video. He showed up after the fact, and then Sheriff Glen Hill gave him the order to arrest me for disorderly. Now, they couldn't charge me with disorderly because it's on video, and it's on video.
Right. Mm-hmm.
They charged me with criminal trespassing, criminal misdemeanor. So it's a criminal charge, and trespass me off the property. So it's a criminal matter because I got a misdemeanor.
Right.
So I appeal it. That's in general district court. I appeal it. Oh, by the way, make the whole thing even more disturbing. The judge starts off by saying, "I want to let you know that I play golf with Sheriff Glen Hill." That's a judge. And half the building that I rent out half of my building to your previous attorney, the attorney that you had a problem with, Casey Stevens, the one that stole the money and has a relationship with the investigator, the whole 9 yards. So my lawyer, Blake Weiner, says we're gonna move forward anyway. Do you trust me? I said, sure, you're my lawyer. So we move forward, and at the end of the proceeding, the whole situation is on video. I'm on public property, and there is no sign that says private property. And there's a case law that protects me because there's a case law called the good faith argument, which is out of the Supreme Court, which basically tells you that if you're on a piece of land that's inviting, what that means, if it looks like public property, it's public property. There is no signs. If it looks like public property, and in good faith you believe this is public property, it looks inviting, you have no reason to believe that it's not public property, a police officer, a law enforcement, cannot arrest you and or criminally charge you. No, they did both.
Yeah, yeah.
So the good faith, yeah. So the good faith argument protects me. That's a case law out of the Supreme Court. Now the judge acknowledged that the case law applies to me, and that I am on good faith on that piece of property, exercising a First Amendment. And regardless, I find you guilty. What? What are we talking about?
Right.
We should have took point that he plays golf with the sheriff. But I'm doing what my lawyer's telling me. He said, we're going to move forward with this judge. I said, sure, you're the lawyer. Now we appeal it to circuit court. And you were there for circuit court.
Yes.
Now, the unique part about circuit court is the whole entire proceeding in general district court is recorded, and my lawyer played the audio from general district court to the deputies and the sheriff who took the stand and had contradicting testimonies. They said something completely opposite.
Yes.
Deputy, do you remember what Deputy Bishop said? Do you remember exactly what he said?
Oh, which part though?
When he took the stand and specifically said, and this is contradicting General District Court, because in General District Court he said, I showed up after the fact and direct orders from Sheriff Glen Hill, I arrested Amar for disorderly. Now in Circuit Court he says that that he arrested me because he saw me disorderly. Which one is it? I mean, you just lied. I mean, you flat out lied. It's on video. And now you're contradicting.
Right. It's a good thing you had that video going on and stayed going on, because a lot of people are running with the false fact of this is all bullshit. A jury of peers got to see the video, got to hear what people under oath had to say, and the jury themselves, which didn't take too long because after the stumbling of the witnesses, the jury didn't have to take too long because they saw clearly through the bullshit. That's why your jury of peers, they knew it was bullshit.
No, I didn't.
And they found you what? Innocent.
What the heck?
Not guilty.
Amar joined. He has to request. I don't see him.
Okay.
Hold on a minute. I can invite him. I just invited. Okay.
Whose live is it? So we can go over there.
Let's see. I mean, I don't think it's going to be long. I'll tell you.
Oh. I'll just listen to you.
Yeah.
Are you going live, Amar? Siempre activo. Funny.
Sassy. I'm over here on mute talking to myself. Do you know them?
Who? Let's see. I'm trying to figure out. Hold on. I thought it was her saying that. Oh yeah. No, he's cool.
Amar, are you in here?
We're trying to.
Oh, he just.
Alright, so I'm sending a request. I don't know, probably the internet. We'll see.
I invited him.
In the YouTube.
Tina, go read your group text.
Okay.
Say TikTok, does you have somewhere to be?
Oh yeah, he's in here. Okay. I think Latina invited you, Amar.
Alright, I don't know what's going on here.
Why is he streaming us on YouTube?
Why am I streaming you on YouTube? I'm on a podcast and you've asked me to join in, so I'm doing the courtesy to join in. I'm in the middle of my podcast. I don't know if you can hear me. I hope you can hear me. I'm trying to come up in the box, but it's not letting me go in. Why am I streaming you in the box? What do you mean?
Amar, are you going live on your TikTok?
I could. I don't know if you can hear me.
From YouTube, and I don't want that. Like,
I mean, you asked me to be here. I got a request.
Just have a conversation with us.
I mean, have a conversation. You're on the internet. How could I mean, it's a
Amar, can we
public
do this off of
conversation.
YouTube?
We are on YouTube, so if
Not gonna.
I'm in the middle of my podcast and you've asked me to join in, so I'm joining in good faith.
Angie, if you want it to happen on YouTube, that's fine.
No.
That's fine.
We have the wife of the investigator
Okay, well.
who pretends to be Kate 0707.
Whatever y'all say, I don't care.
Kate,
Let's just put it that way.
We have her body cam, so you don't have to take my word for it.
Hey, Dewey, what do y'all feel? That's fine. Kate, Dewey?
Dewey said she'll be right back. Kate.
So while we figure this out,
Decision.
now I'm confused.
So whatever y'all say.
Now I'm really confused.
I prefer it not to be.
Of course you wouldn't, because you're the wife of the investigator, who pretends to be Kate 0707, trolling the case of the Mustafa Al-Jazari case. Let me show you her picture. I prefer it wouldn't. Of course you wouldn't. Obviously. You've got the federal government looking
He's
into...
talking on YouTube.
No, he
Yes.
has us on YouTube right now.
All right.
This live is on YouTube.
You know, I don't know what I'm walking into, to be honest with you. I get asked to join a live, and I'm thinking, there we go. Can you guys hear me?
I'm trying to. I can't find Latina. I think I just sent her a follow.
All right, I think they're...
You have her close the live.
I already accepted. Now he has to accept, but I don't want to be in his live stream.
Look, this is a bad idea. This is bullshit. Oh, let me just introduce let me just tell everybody what just happened. Angie, I love you, man, and this is not, again, I'm not talking about you. And I'm not talking about Latina. I mean, I'm talking about the wife of the investigator is on the live that I'm getting invited to, and that is a little bit too disturbing. The investigator that falsified the police report, and she likes to tell you, I'm not the wife of the investigator. My name is K0707. Well, lady, I have your body cam, and I've leaked it out to the internet. Your husband falsified my brother police reports, and now you sit there, you won't turn on your camera. Okay, prove me wrong. Prove that you are not the wife of the investigator. Is that fair? I think that's fair. I think that's fair. This is the wife of the investigator who's been trolling the case for 2 years, by the way. This. I get invited to her live. I mean, and then she says, Mary Jo, are you tracking here? She says, I don't feel comfortable being on YouTube. No shit, Sherlock.
Well,
Of course you're not going to feel comfortable being exposed.
it's not a comfortable position.
It's
is it?
definitely not a comfortable position when you've got the federal government looking into your husband and your department. Lady, of course you wouldn't be comfortable.
And if indeed, I know we don't know it's her, but let's just say if, okay?
Let's-
Using the verbiage of if indeed it is her, she knows better. She should have known better. And to let someone drag her right into it. There's
And she
voice
tells me
recording. There's voice
She is not the wife of the investigator. Well,
Okay.
let her turn on her camera. That's fair? I think that's very fair. What you want? Prove me wrong.
It's more than fair. After what they've done to you.
I mean, that is just wild. This is hilarious. I mean, it's not hilarious. It's disturbing, but you gotta appreciate the humor in the situation. On that note, let's listen to the body cam in question, and you tell me if Kate0707 on TikTok. Now, a lot of people have talked to Kate0707 over just about a year and a half. Over a year. Just about. You know. She's been on my platform pretending to be just a person that happened to stumble on this case. And then I leak out her body cam. I mean, that is disturbing. Let's listen to the body cam.
Wait.
I mean, that's fair, right? I mean, you tell me. You don't have to take my word for it. As a matter of fact, I have her voice.
Okay, so when Latina invited you to her live, what were you gonna all discuss? Was it just
I have no
case?
idea. I mean, I have Angie reached out to me. I mean, I don't know Angie. I've never talked to Angie. I've over the about I think she's been tracking this case for I want to say a year. And I've never talked. I don't think I ever talked to Angie. I read her comments here and there, and I always like to give people the benefit of the doubt because this case has been heavily trolled by the police department. They're sealing off the body cam. They're sealing off the discovery. They're sealing off the dash camera. I mean, this case is heavily trolled by the police department. So when I get negative comments, I don't hold them personal. It's not personal. And
You felt comfortable enough with Angie.
I mean, yeah, I feel comfortable. I mean, you reach out to me in good faith. I'm gonna reach out back to you in good
Okay.
faith, and
Okay.
and I like that kind of conversation. It's a beautiful conversation because at the end of the day, this should not be personal. I don't know you. You really don't know me,
Right.
and we're here to talk about the Mustafa Al-Jazari case. I'm not here to talk about you. I'm not here to talk about me. And if you're here to convince me that I'm a piece of shit,
Move on then.
I'm here to tell you, and I'm going to save the energy that you're going to spend. I'm here to tell you, yes, I am. That's okay. Fair?
Fair.
Okay. I'm here to tell you, yes, I am. I am a piece of shit. That's okay. I'm going to save you the energy. But I'm here to remind you that the conversation is not about me. I've got body cams, I've got falsified police reports, and I've got the dash camera that the Commonwealth Attorney is sealing. And I have body cams where individuals that pretend to be just random bystanders that saw and happened to stumble upon this case are not who they say they are. And you tell me what's going on here. The community is watching. And so when Angela reaches out to me in good faith, I'm going to reach out to her in good faith. And by the way, I don't know what just happened, but when I stumble in and I see the wife of the investigator, a troll that refused to turn on her camera, Dewey girl, I mean, who are you, ma'am? You never turn on your camera. You're terrified to turn on your camera. And you're just simply trolling the case. And everybody in here can agree that you're a troll. And that's the hilarious part. That's the funny part about this conversation. So when I walk in, I'm expecting to really, I mean, you tell me Latina's live. I'm expecting to talk to Latina. But you have the wife of the investigator on a panel. You have a troll, Dewey girl. I mean, lady, what do you want? I mean, I think they're a piece of shit and they think I'm a piece of shit. Are we going to hash out which one is a better piece of shit? Like, what are you talking about, lady? They're not interested in having a conversation.
So you thought it was going to be just you and Latina, and then there was a screen.
Angie and whoever. I mean, I didn't.
Okay.
I wasn't thinking that we're gonna walk into a troll conversation. That's a troll conversation. I can tell you, it's a troll conversation before it even began. And I got kicked out.
Oh, did you?
Yes. They just told you they're not comfortable being on YouTube. The wife of the investigator, she said, "I'm not comfortable being on YouTube." What did you think, lady? Every time around this time, I jump on my podcast, and I got invited. I'm not comfortable. No shit. No, of course you're not comfortable. I have your body cam. On that note, we're gonna listen to.
This case is comfortable.
It's funny. I mean, it's hilarious. There's a good sense of humor in this whole thing. Shelly, I love you, man. You're watching this. This is BS.
Oh, of course.
So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna play the voice of Kate0707, and then I'm gonna play the body cam of Kate0707. I mean, on this body cam, there's investigator Drum. I mean, you see that smile? That's my evil smile. Okay. That's my smile when I've got you by the balls. Unfortunately, I'm grabbing, but there's nothing there.
Okay, so what the first one that you're gonna play
Yes, ma'am.
is what?
This is the voice of from Alive of Kate0707 is on a panel.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna play the body cam of investigator Robert Drum talking to Amy Hodgson, who identified herself as Amy Hodgson. She says, "I'm a witness," but when you listen to her, she says, "I don't know Mustafa, I wasn't there," so she's not a witness. She's pretending to be a witness. And on three-way, investigator Robert Drum has his wife on the phone. That does not work for the police department. Now, the disturbing part about this is when you listen to Kate0707 and you listen to the wife on three-way, it's the same voice. I mean, Kate0707 is leaking sealed material from her husband Nokia camera.
Hello, ladies.
This is the disturbing part. Not only do I have her voice, I've got Char. Char, how are you, ma'am? Hello.
HR.
Hi, Shar.
HR.
Char, what did you send me the other day? What did you send me the other day? Is Kate0707 not releasing videos, pictures of Mustafa's vehicle accident on the scene?
$. Euros. Colombian pesos.
Char, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Kate0707.
Yeah.
Is she not releasing pictures from the accident, from Mustafa's accident?
I had gotten one, yeah, somehow, and I put them up. And I thought they were from you. I thought they were the original scene.
Well, the disturbing part, when I looked at that picture, it's a picture. So anytime I release a picture from the discovery, I put a seal on it. If you notice, it says Free Mustafa Al Jazari in writing. That's my signature.
Okay.
And I'm doing it for a reason. There's a purpose that I'm doing it. I'm tracking. So if anything is leaked, I know that I'm not the one that leaked it. That the county leaked it.
The car you posted, Shar, remember I asked you if that was Mustafa's
Yeah,
car?
yeah.
Whoever's car, yeah.
Well, that picture is taken by investigator Robert Drum Nokia camera, and it's in the discovery. How is K0707 in possession of that picture without the seal?
Exactly.
So when Angie tells me it's not the wife of the investigator, ma'am, I ask you to give it a second look. We're all watching the same thing. Now, on that note, let's play the voice of K0707 on TikTok. And then we're going to play the body cam. And by the way, let me just tell you what is really happening here. The reason I got invited, I mean, and, you know, Angie, please do not take this the wrong way. But I'll tell you what is happening behind closed doors. The federal government is heavily investigating this county. Is heavily investigating this investigator and the police misconduct of having his wife troll the case, Glenn Ford, Amy Hodson, Kylie Clapp, Tanisha Coleman, individuals that pretend they're witnesses, they were there, and they tell you we were not there. Manufacture probable cause. Let me tell you, in light of the body cams and the documents that are being unsealed all over the internet, the federal government is heavily investigating this police department. And that's why you don't see Christine Alcuzai on the internet. That's why you no longer see Glenn Ford. Glenn Ford is being subpoenaed by Amy Ashworth. And pretty soon you're going to see things change. Quickly change. Now, what they're doing behind closed doors is Christine Alcuzai is telling everybody, can you pretend that you're arguing with me? Can you pretend that you're arguing with Glenn Ford? And specifically, the wife of the investigator, K0707, is pretending to be angry with Christine Alcuzai. Let me put some pictures so that way you get an understanding of what is really happening here. And today, if anything confirmed it, today confirmed it. This is why am I humming the Pink Panther? This is the wife of the investigator. What's that deputy sheriff that? What's that deputy sheriff that every time he comes down with a criminal, he has this picture?
Sheriff Polk.
Sheriff Polk. I swear to God, I just had that moment. It just felt that once when he's like, "This is what we have today."
Yes.
This is the wife of the investigator, K0707, pretending to be K0707 on the internet. Now, her name is Stephanie Claiborne Drum. You're going to hear her body cam. And what K0707 on TikTok, Stephanie Claiborne, aka Stephanie Claiborne, the wife of the investigator, now that the federal government is investigating her husband for police misconduct, falsified police report, tampering with witnesses, and the police misconduct of having your wife use Prince William County Police Department resources and troll the Mustafa Al Jazari case, now what she wants to do is she wants to pretend that she is arguing with the other witness, Amy Hodson, who pretend to be Christine Alcuzai. She wants to distance herself from that mess. So what does she do? she's gonna come out and tell you that she is arguing with this individual. By the way, this is a fake picture. She the witness, Amy Hodson, pretend to look like this. You see this? This is a filtered picture, a cartoon picture. But this is what she tells you she looks like. What she really looks like is... That's what she looks like. This is Amy Hodson. She's on a body cam. Now that the federal government is investigating, they want to distance themselves from each other because now they're a liability for the Commonwealth Attorney, for the prosecutor. They said a lot of things. They tampered with the case. Now she wants to distance herself from the witness, Amy Hodson, Christine Alcazar, Christine Wardo on TikTok. So what did she do? She has all her followers pretend that we're going to pretend that we're angry at Christine Alcazar. What did you do? You just woke up and you just realized that she's a piece of shit? I mean, this piece of shit has been a piece of shit for 2 years. You just woke up and you realize... I mean, it's just... I mean... You're at this point, you're insulting my intelligence. You're insulting everybody's intelligence. So what does she do? So this one pretends to be at odds with this one. And by the way, Kate0707 is kissing my ass. When you see me, when you see her invite me to her live, she wants to be my best friend. Do you know why? Because she wants to convince everybody, including the federal government, that Kate0707 is not the wife of the investigator. And look, I'm friends with the Mustafa brother. Lady,
Right.
who are you trying? You can kiss my ass all day long, but I've got your body cam. And your scheme to distance yourself from Amy Hodson is not going to work. So, let's recap really quick. This one, the witness, Amy Hodson, who you'll hear her body cam in a minute, who pretends to be Christine Alcazar on the internet, is pretending to have a problem with this one, the wife of the investigator, Stephanie Claiborne Drum. On TikTok, she pretends to be Kate0707. And their scheme is, let's distance ourselves from each other so that the federal government does not think there is police misconduct in this case.
Well, we already know there is. I mean, they can do that all day long if they want. I mean, it's...
So Kate0707, Stephanie, aka Stephanie Claiborne Drum, kiss a little bit harder. A little bit harder. But it's still not going to work. But I like this ass kissing. Uh-huh. Why would you want to block him? It's good for the algorithm. Huh? Leave it. Just leave it. It's good for the algorithm. Do you know that this is gonna make the views go up? Just tell everybody it's okay.
Rude.
Huh?
Somebody being rude.
I have an
can't
somebody
see.
being, but I have an army of That's okay. Having body cams and police report must be.
The truth is there. I mean,
course.
troll it and say what you want, and that's not. I'm not a mod, but yeah, you're right. Let it be said. If that's how they feel at the moment, let them let it out. Let it out. But when you take the time to take a breath, start from the very, very, very beginning. Not what anyone else says is the beginning, but the very, very beginning. Meaning, the beginning, was it 2018 the lawsuit start when, for the,
Exactly. They
go to the beginning. They have to start from the beginning and acknowledge the fact that there was already a lawsuit against Prince William. Then there was harassment after the lawsuit. Then there's that body cam that nobody intended on getting out of Officer Drum immediately. You can't take that away. Once you stop and watch that and hear that, you can't take that away.
Exactly. That's the foundation of the case.
So everybody's got to slow down on the emotions and pay attention, because I've already given you opinions that you didn't like, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I've told you the truth. I'm not here for the pussyfooting on
Yep.
either side.
Yep.
And what it is it's got to be slowly taken, not listen to other people feed you a bunch of bullshit on what they want you to think. Because I got to see stuff that was actually let out. That was the truth. Because you can't doctor the shit. It's all got those axioms. You know what I mean? You know it's a goddamn body.
I know what you mean.
You can't tamper with that. You can't make that up. So seeing what we see, the brother got on national TV and lied, saying that she was on a phone call, a boo or whatever, my words, upset and saying that she was on a ride, that there was a bunch of arguing. But when the truth of the fact of the matter is, when you stop to look at that body cam, that is the truth. Not one time did Dorothy have a phone in her hand, nor was she on the phone to corroborate with the brother's lie. So on national TV, that brother's lie is sticking in people's minds.
Exactly. And this is the video that you're talking about. Now, question is, why has that not been retracted now the dash camera is out?
Yeah.
Like, that's a good question, right? They're specifically, purposely trolling the conversation, trolling the community. The fact that this video has not been retracted off from the news.
Correct. That is a question. That really is, because it's completely not true.
That's why, I'll be honest with you.
Okay.
I always take a back seat. And that's why when I see negative comments, I immediately take a step back, realizing there's a good amount of trolling in this conversation. I mean, you got the wife of the investigator in the middle of the community. You've got fake witnesses pretending to be regular, random people that stumble on this case. And you've got this. I mean, what is that? I mean, this is so disturbing. This is so disturbing on so many levels. I mean, if I heard this, if I was hearing about the Mustafa Al-Jazari case and I hear this, I'm like, this is the brother. This is the brother. He have to be telling the truth.
Do you have the full clip on it besides me?
It's on the internet somewhere.
Okay, all right, I'm gonna dig it up because that needs to come back to surface.
Yep.
She never was.
It's
on
dash camera.
Dash cam. It's on. You can't make that shit up. No, she was not.
I mean, this is just disturbing. I mean, you know how damaging this is? This is damaging.
Very.
And they leave it on purpose. The dash camera, only 4 seconds is released from a dash camera that's chopped up halfway through, toward the end. Why?
Mm-hmm.
Why not release the full dash camera and let the community decide?
Correct. Instead, conceal it and hide it. This is just so wrong in so many levels.
I'm gonna play, Mary Jo. I'm gonna play the voice.
Yeah, play the voice because we get wandering.
Almost there.
And I do, while Amar's doing that, I do want to reiterate to people that when I said about me being on both sides, I'm not here for pussyfoot, and I'm on the side of the truth. Now, Amar said that he gives people the benefit of the doubt, patience. That he does, because I will, and I'm the first to admit that once I started getting approached by people pounding with one-sidedness and not listening, I stepped back and was like, wait a minute, what the hell's really going on here? Started focusing, waking up, and carrying on. And then there was something that Amar had posted, posted, and it caught my eye again. And I was like, wait a minute, and then I got to see the truth. And here I am again because the truth really does need to get out. You can't listen to other people. You cannot. Not in this case. Not in this case. And at this point, it has moved on someone else's side. I'm going to call it the other side for the lack of a better term. It is no longer about justice for Dorothy and Empress. They have made it such a disaster. This is about nailing you. This is.
Exactly. I mean, they don't want to talk
This
about
is a
the
prepaid
they don't want to
call
talk about the
from-
facts.
They lost focus.
An inmate at the
Need
Prince
truth.
William Manassas jail. To accept this call, press 0. To refuse this call, your current balance is $7.03. This call is from a correction facility and is subject to monitoring and recording. Thank you for using Global Tel-Link.
Mustafa, hello.
Well, hello.
Mustafa, thank you for joining the podcast. I have Mary Jo here. I have a whole panel. Crystal, Char, Becky, Dre, Farah, Casey, Missy. Everybody's here. And Shelly's here. Everybody's here. And there is people on YouTube. Mustafa, thank you for being here.
Mustafa.
Wow. Thank you so much for having me. And hello, everybody. How are you?
Hello, Mustafa.
Hey, how are you? How's it going?
I'm doing all right. I'm sitting here with your brother.
Oh, this is Mary Jo.
Yes,
Hey,
it
Mary Jo.
is.
How's it
How are
going?
you doing? It's me.
Good. I'm good. How are you?
We're here fighting the good fight, making sure that the public sees the truth. We're hitting on some good points, and we're going to keep beating that dead horse tonight.
Oh, yeah. Most
And tomorrow
definitely.
night and the next night. But tonight, we're going to keep beating on a few things that we already are. We're going to keep on it.
Yeah. There's a lot of things that need to come out to light, and it's very healthy to actually discuss these issues. Because if we don't discuss them, that's not healthy. Concealing, hiding from the public. This is a public interest. And anyone can get into a car accident today, and tomorrow they're going to call you a murderer. Like, what's going on here?
You are correct. And we are definitely bringing to light, because the concealed, it's too concealed. So you best trust and believe your family is bringing it to light, and we're here helping back them up.
I really appreciate that. You're my voice on the outside. I remember a time frame where they silenced me for a long time. I wasn't able to call my family. I wasn't able to talk to my attorney. I'm not even able to look at my discovery. Till this day, I can't even have a preliminary hearing. And knowing what am I being accused of? Where are the witnesses? That's what happens at a preliminary hearing, which I am denied. I'm denied my basic human rights, my due process. Are we still in America, or is this a part of a concentration camp that we're living in Prince William County? And that needs to be exposed. We need to put that under the microscope, and everyone needs to see what's happening in their community. Just because it has not happened to you yet, just imagine what could happen to you. I'm living it, real life, and life, like, this is in real time. In real time. 2 years ago, I lost my loved ones. I wake up every morning, I see Dorothy, Empress, the kids, everyone is just there in front of me. And within a blink of an eye, I lost my family. Why? Why did I lose my family within a blink of an eye?
Mustafa, you want to know something? Mustafa, we have a lot in common because on April 5th, 2011, I lost my son.
Oh my God.
So,
Sorry to hear that.
I appreciate that. So the point being is that I fight for you even stronger because of the day, because of the issue. You have lost family. I know what it's like, 1,000% at a blink of an eye. Although I watched him for 2.5 hours fade, the point is, everybody always thinks, nah, this can't happen to me. And it does. You have a very valid point about that. It could happen to anybody, and you're right. We are going to continue and continue and continue to let this community see what is going on. and it will take off. You will get your help. You will get your justice. I know we can't bring our loved ones back, but we can sure as hell fight for you and your justice in the living. Absolutely.
Thank you, Mary Jo.
Absolutely.
I really appreciate your presence. The collected effort. Actually, growing up, I learned one thing. My parents taught me this. You can bring a twig and you can easily just break it. But when you put all twigs together in a bundle, it's really hard to break. If we stand united against a cause, for a cause, against the tyranny, we will win. And the evil may plan, but God's plan always prevails. Now, I live here. I'm sitting here in a white cell, like a small room, and it's 24 hours, 7 days a week. It's really, really disturbing. Like, I've never, ever experienced this in my life. I'm more of a social type of person. I like to go out there, promote my business. I'm an entrepreneur. I put on paper I'm self-employed. They try to deem me as unemployed, a person that's like they would not tell the judge of my educational background. I went to high school with honors, advanced placement, and various courses. I went to Northern Virginia Community College. I was on the dean's list, and that means A's and B's, straight A's and B's.
That is awesome.
And I went to Howard University, studying pre-law. Looking forward to continue my education and becoming an attorney. That was my goal in life. I was a paralegal. I worked at Geico as a commercial licensed agent, selling business insurance to business owners. I closed large policies, and I was a top salesman for Geico. That's a big company under Warren Buffett.
That's a good accomplishment.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
And I get into a car accident, and they deem me as a monster. They're like, look at him, domestic violence. Look at his previous relationship. Just lies upon more lies and more lies. Just like how Dorothy's brother got onto Fox 5 on a national news station and lied. He blatantly lied, and they told him that this dash camera is not going to be out there for the public.
Well, I promise you, he's not going to be able to lie anymore. The body cams are out.
And we're making that an issue tonight also.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. So Amy Hodson.
We were just talking about Amy Hodson, Mustafa.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
She writes me letters here concealing her identity. It's the same entity under Christine Al-Khazai. She's telling me, I'm your biggest advocate. I love you, King Mustafa. Keep fighting. You're innocent. And then next thing you know it, we identified this diddler, and we connect the dots. And it's Amy Hodson with Robert Drumm's wife on a body camera.
Well, Mustafa, maybe I need to release the phone calls between you and Amy Hodson, because I have all the, by the way, Mary Jo, I have all the phone calls from jail. By the way, the file that I have from the police officer that supplied me with the evidence, that file doesn't just have the body cams, doesn't just have documents. It has all the phone calls from day one until today. I have all the phone calls on a file.
Me on that.
Huh?
I'm about choked on my tab.
I mean, I can release. I mean, Mary Jo, can you imagine if I release the phone calls between Mustafa and Amy Hodgson? I mean, let the community hear what she's talking about. And she pretends to be. My name is Christine Al-Khuzai, Christine Warda. Mustafa, King, how are you, King? I mean, love conversation. Like, the way she talks to him, it's like she's in love with him. She's like, I know. She's like, I know you're innocent, Mustafa. Of course you know, because you're the one that lied about him.
You know what's really disturbing and weird is that she would send me pictures of her children, her grandchildren, and she's telling me how innocent I am and everything. And then after she got exposed, she's saying I'm guilty. So, like, the whole thing contradicts because her involvement is very severe. She's going to have to face prison time because of the tort that I was subjected to. I got beat up in here to the point of death. They attempted to murder me. Correctional officers attempted to murder me. and they're still walking here with a promotion, with salary, double salary. They're walking here with their chin head held up high, with their chest puffed out, walking around with taser guns as if like, you know, they're on a power trip, and they're walking around with no accountability. But that is no justice. Delayed justice is no justice. We can't wait until when? Like, what are we waiting for? We have to get out there and expose these tyrants to a higher authority. Because Amy Kozlowski Ashworth, the Commonwealth Attorney of Prince William County, is also a jail board member. She oversees what happens in this jail, and she's giving orders on what to do to inmates here. She is torturing us. I don't know what her background is when it comes down to, I'm reading a lot of books about concentration camps and what they did to the Jews in Auschwitz and all that stuff. It's almost like she's preparing us for the oven. Like 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for 2 years straight in a small room and being tortured. Like, it was weeks where I had no food to eat at all because they stole my commissary, took away all my privileges, covered up my window, and started doing nasty things that are just atrocious to my food. They have targeted me to the point where everyone was calling me all type of names. Baby killer, you did this, you did that. They would coach individuals to basically attack me. And they act under the false pretense of protective custody. How could you protect me from yourself? When I complain to them, I'm complaining about a tyrant to a bigger tyrant, a higher ranking officer who's, whether he's a sergeant, first sergeant, lieutenant, or the captain. I complain to the higher tyrant. They're all in this together. They're all in each other's pockets, and they're all making money off of human beings. This is human trafficking at its finest.
Mustafa, you know, I'll tell you, it seems to be a common theme for Commonwealth Amy Ashworth in Prince William County that anytime there's police misconduct, she seals off the body cam, she seals off the document, and regardless of the evidence, she would put someone in jail. I mean, she's a jail board member. Her job is to protect the inmate. She looks the other way, regardless of the evidence. And what she's attempting to do is to have the condition so horrific inside that county jail that by the time she gives you a plea deal, you're begging her for that plea deal. I mean, this is what she's doing to you. This is what she's doing to a lot of people in this county.
Yes.
Exactly. And this is not the America that I know. And I know for a fact this is not the America that you know. And now, when you see bad police misconduct, or if you see police misconduct, the other police officers should hold them accountable, because it's the leadership and the oath and the integrity that they have to uphold. They have a badge. They swore an oath to serve and protect. There's a few bad apples in the basket, but if you continue to keep these bad apples in the basket, it's going to infect the other good apples that's in the basket. Now, Peter Newsham, the police chief of Prince William County, is okay with Robert Drum conducting whatever he's doing, concealing, tampering with evidence, telling witnesses, the other kids, that had Mustafa not ran away from this scene, your baby sister would have been alive. What kind of weaponizing, manufacturing of evidence of BS is that?
You're talking about Investigator Romero, who weaponized the kids before they put them in a forensic interview, and I have the videos, and that's why they're upset right now, because we've uncovered what they've been doing behind closed doors. I mean,
okay. Now, I'm sorry for cutting you off. I just want to tell you, Investigator Romero. But who is Investigator Romero under? The lead investigator is Robert Drum.
Yep.
Under Robert Drum's authority. And we're talking about, this is definitely not another foreign podcast, because I would like you to stay tuned and stay interested, because wait, there's more. There is so much information that I can ramble on, but this is not just me talking. These are body cameras that were sealed.
well, Mustafa,
This is hardcore evidence.
what we were going to talk about today specifically is Jason Nance and what is his role in the Mustafa Al-Jazari case. I'm going to play while you talk about who Jason Nance is. By the way, I have the audio proceeding from court, and let me tell you, it's going to be a disaster for this Commonwealth attorney, Prosecutor Sarah Sammy, when the proceeding is going to be leaked out on this podcast. You're going to get to hear the voice of the prosecutor and what she's saying about Mustafa and why Mustafa was denied bond. I mean, Mustafa is being denied bond because of this guy. I mean, take a hard look at this guy, and we're going to explain to you who Jason Nan is. You're going to be terrified, mortified, petrified at what this prosecutor is doing to Mustafa, using Jason Nance to keep Mustafa in jail.
This individual is a crazy individual, and I'll tell you why I say crazy. He has bitten a police officer's hands, and it's all on the record. He has numerous misdemeanors, violent, he has many felonies, lying, biting, kicking, spitting on police officers. And this person is a crazy menace to society in the neighborhood. I was promoting my products somewhere in the neighborhood in Stafford County, and this individual came out of nowhere, approached, and started screaming in the middle of the street, causing a commotion. Like, what the hell is wrong with this guy? He has a brain injury, a previous brain injury from I don't know how long ago, many years ago. The prosecutor is trying to claim in front of the judge during my bond hearing that I gave this person brain injury. I'm so appalled. Like, how could you accuse me of anything like that?
She said, specifically, I have the audio, Mustafa. She said that this guy got in your car, you crashed the car, gave him a brain injury, and the judge is listening. He gave Mustafa the bond, by the way. He said, based on all the evidence, this is a vehicle accident, and the judge gave him the bond, and then the prosecutor brings this guy up, and the judge says, based on what I'm hearing, Jason Nance, a brain injury, Mustafa should not have. He took Mustafa's bond away because of Jason Nance. Now, you'll find out there's no vehicle accident, and the brain injury that she's talking about, he used to be in the Air Force. He fell out of an airplane, hit his head, got a brain injury because he fell out of an airplane. There is no vehicle accident. This prosecutor flat out lied. And I have her audio. I have her voice.
Did you guys know him? Does Mustafa know him?
Mustafa, can you hear me?
I'm listening, yeah.
Do we know him? The whole community knows Jason Nance.
No, I mean, know him.
Do I know him?
No.
I'm going to be very honest.
Do I look like wanting to know this guy?
I don't know. You asked us who that guy was, and I said somebody's husband.
Mustafa, Casey's asking you, do you know Jason Nance?
Amar, I just want to say I am so embarrassed. Every time I see him in public, like at 7-Eleven when he's walking through, he walks with this weird limp. And every time he walks, I can smell him a mile away. I'm like, oh my God, I walk the other way. Because I'm so embarrassed because this guy starts screaming in the middle of the street, like causing like just kind of weird commotions. Like it's a disturbance. He's like a walking alarm. I don't know him in a sense of friendship. I know him as a person that's crazy in front of 7-Eleven that was screaming. There's a video. Someone recorded.
I have the video.
Of him screaming in front of 7-Eleven.
My name is Jason Nance. My social security, and he starts screaming out social security in the middle of the street. I swear to God, this guy is that crazy.
He's a menace in the neighborhood, and I'm telling you, for some reason, the judge was shaking his head. He's like, "Oh my God, this sounds really disturbing." Brain injury, Jason Nance, another individual.
That is sad.
Oh, this is like he's looking at me as like this is like I'm a habitual offender, and it's all based on lies. There is no such thing. There is no such thing as me, Jason Nance, any correlation, brain injury. This person is collecting some sort of disability. If you do a records check, you do your due diligence in doing a background check, you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about. Connect the dots, and it does not take rocket science to put two and two together. I got denied bond because of this fake allegation.
Now I'll tell you, I'll tell you, Glenn Ford, the ex-boyfriend of Dorothy, the one that created the fabricated the probable cause. We have his body cams. We have a whole file on Glenn Ford. Glenn Ford says that he took one of Dorothy's kids that he was in possession of after the vehicle accident, took it over to the 7-Eleven where that crazy guy is there. He says he took the kid after lying to the kid, after telling a 9-year-old, Glenn Ford was in possession of the kid. He told the 9-year-old, Mustafa is on the run. He did this on purpose. He took pictures of 5-year-old Empress and he's showing it to the 9-year-old, the condition that 5-year-old Empress is in. Weaponized this kid against Mustafa, and he's taking the kid around the neighborhood. He takes it to Toby at 7-Eleven. That crazy guy, Jason Nance, hangs out at 7-Eleven. So you've got a situation where the ex-boyfriend, who's in possession of a kid that he weaponized against Mustafa, and you got the police telling this kid Mustafa is on the run. Mustafa ran away, left your 5-year-old baby sister, and if he hadn't run away, we should have saved your 5-year-old baby sister. And they're working with the ex-boyfriend to weaponize this kid and have this kid have this 9-year-old child walk around the neighborhood, repeat what they're telling him. Now, you've got a crazy guy who hangs out at 7-Eleven, is hearing what Glenn Ford is talking about, what this child is talking about. All of a sudden, it's all over the news where the brother is saying what he's saying. My sister was on the phone, blah, blah, blah. This guy is a crazy guy. He takes it upon himself to call the police department. And even when you read the discovery, the police department is not understanding what he's talking about. The police department, in the discovery, there's a report where it says, we can't understand you. We don't know what you're talking about. I mean, there's a whole entire paragraph. They're not understanding what he says. All of a sudden, we go into a bond, and the prosecutor is saying, I mean, I have her voice. She says that Jason Nance got in Mustafa's vehicle. Mustafa has crashed the vehicle, Your Honor, gave this poor individual, Jason Nance, a member of this community, a brain injury. That's what she's telling the judge. Mind you, there is no vehicle accident. There is no incident report. And Jason Nance does have a brain injury from being in the Air Force when he fell out of an airplane. Now, mind you, Jason Nance, let me read you his criminal history. This prosecutor took on Jason Nance knowing that he is already charged of lying to police. Let me read you his charges. Just to give you a glimpse of who Jason Nance is. I mean, this is disturbing. A prosecutor taking someone that's lying to her. She knows he's lying. She knows there's no incident report. She knows there's no vehicle accident. She knows this is a fabricated lie. Is using this guy, and Mustafa's bond got denied because of Jason Nance, a local crazy guy. Imagine, Mary Jo. Imagine you're sitting in court, and they bring you the local crazy guy, and they start fabricating situations. I mean, is this what you expect out of a prosecutor?
Wow, absolutely.
I mean, we know prosecutors lie, but not to this extent.
That's big.
And what's disturbing is, I have her voice. So, you can't say, oh, Omar, we have to verify what you're talking about. No, I'll let you hear the proceeding inside the court. Everything that I said, you're going to hear on the proceeding. And you're going to be disturbed. This prosecutor is going to go crazy. I mean, this is evidence that she's been lying about Mustafa. Let me see if I can pull up the criminal history of Jason Nance. Spitting on police officer, biting police officer, choking police officers. Let me see if I can pull it up. Oh, here we go. Oh my God, this is beautiful. Okay. Disorderly conduct. Abusive language to another. 3. Play on street, pulled by vehicle. Literally, they charge him with play on street. Okay.
Okay.
Resisting arrest. That's 4. 5. Trespass after forbidden. Now we'll give you a pass on that one, okay? Because I got trespassed, but I took the sheriff to court and I beat him. Jason, look, man,
You lost, man.
you got me compare. You got me comparing myself with Jason Ness. Okay, this is a problem. Disorderly conduct. Failure to identify. I don't think they should charge him with failure. His reputation precedes him, by the way.
Right.
I can hear him. I swear to God, I can hear him a mile away. I do roadside assistance, so there's a lot of standby between calls.
Right.
So I sit in my truck. I sit at 7-Eleven. This guy comes in, the way he walks. I swear to God, he tumbles. He goes into his, you know where you rent these movies.
Yes. Yes.
He goes in, and he looks around. And I think a couple of times, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if he complained about me standing, like, sitting there. He would just keep looking at you, mugging at you. He wants to start a problem with you, and he started a problem with everybody. And I just usually, avoid him.
Yeah.
Okay? This is the local crazy guy. He goes in, stumbles like, I swear to God, like, I don't know, like a raccoon. I swear to God, the way he walks, gets his movie, and then leaves. And then before, like, he would start screaming before. I mean, it's weird. This guy is weird.
So she used someone.
Oh, there's more.
vulnerable.
Mary Jo, there are
okay.
more. A lot more. Stalking, fear of death, assault.
If I-
Assault,
or don't
huh?
have-
What was that one?
if-
First
if
last
anyone's
one?
asking
Stalking,
if I know him,
fear of death, assault / assault. I don't know what
what the
that.
heck is that?
I have no idea. Assault?
I was
Huh?
listening to that video right now, Sarah Stanley talking, and she was talking about the accident that Mustafa had with that man
You send it to
right
me?
now.
You send it to me?
No, you got it. You sent me the video.
No, no. Which part is it? Do you know?
The second one,
The second one.
right at the beginning.
All right, let me see if I can. Casey, I love you. I love you. I love you.
Like that, Jason?
Huh? Oh, there's more. Let me read you more. False report summoned to law enforcement, and this is interesting. He's charged with false report summoned to law enforcement, and you've got a situation where he's calling the police department, telling them a bunch of gibberish that they say they really don't understand. This prosecutor takes it on herself, and she manufactured the rest of the story for him without verifying anything. I mean, when you find out there is no incident, there is no vehicle accident, I mean, that's a problem. Mustafa is sitting in solitary confinement for over 2 years because of the prosecutor using a crazy guy. There's more. Assault, misdemeanor, assault and battery, disorderly conduct. By the way, these are all separate charges, separate days.
So it pretty much he's a local yokel.
Oh, local. I love that.
Yeah, local.
Do they have a police report saying there was an accident with this guy?
There is no accident. Mary Jo, Char, there is no incident and there is no vehicle accident.
Never,
That's the problem.
Never, ever.
Yeah, Sarah
Not in a
Stanley saying
million
it.
years.
I heard her.
I think she's just as crazy as that Jason guy.
I agree.
Wait till you guys hear the
Not in
rest
a
of
million
it. You're gonna be like, ugh.
That's great.
Casey, you said part 2, right?
Yeah, the middle one that you sent me.
Let's see. I'm trying to find it.
That's all right.
Part 2.
Truth will
part
win. You know, it says you got to go through pain before pleasure, right? You got to go through hell before you get to heaven.
2. It's this one.
We're going to use all
Casey,
these
it's this one.
euphemisms.
Oh, the one with the picture on it, right?
We'll be there.
Is it part 3? Casey, is it part 3?
Casey.
Okay, we'll wait for Casey to come back.
Yeah, it's just
Or
Casey
what
left.
time is it? You gotta keep track of your time.
Mustafa, it's 11:02.
What time is it?
So,
11:02.
Yeah, she said part 2.
they're talking about it.
Oh, part 2. Mustafa, what happened?
Yeah. You have 1 minute remaining.
I can call you for like like 7 minutes, real quick, and then I have to go.
Okay.
Thank you for using
Casey,
Global
can you do me a favor? Can you, huh?
Go ahead.
No, Casey, can you do me a favor? Can you send me part 2 instead of me looking for it? I can just play it and then we'll organize this a little bit better.
Mar, have you seen him on TikTok?
Who, Jason Nance?
Yeah. I saw a video.
Hello, this is a prepaid call from
Say that one more time. What happened?
an inmate at the Prince William Manassas jail. To accept this call, press
Send it to me.
0.
I would
To
love to
refuse
see
this
that.
call, hang up or press 1.
I would not be surprised if he's on TikTok. This guy's everywhere.
$3.50.
We would love to have him on this
call is
podcast.
From a correction facility and is subject to monitoring and recording. Thank you for
It would
using
definitely-
Global Tel Link.
It would definitely be not another boring podcast because I think he's gonna jump over this table and choke me halfway through the podcast.
Amar, let me know when it's 11:10. I have to go.
I got you, man.
All right, just keep track of the time.
I got you. What time? What time? Let you know when.
11, 10.
11:10.
11.
Yeah,
I
let me know.
got you. I got you. Okay. Okay. You see, I got people that are helping my retardation. Okay, I'm multitasking. I swear to God, I've got 5. Shelly, I swear to God, I've got 5 tasks running all in the background.
I'm gonna tell you right now, you're not. Yeah, it's not no retardation. It's more like you're overwhelmed. You
Man,
have to
I am definitely
organize.
overwhelmed. I am definitely
You have to
overwhelmed.
distribute the work, and everybody got to pitch in to the point where we reach a common goal.
I'm doing it.
The goal here is
I'm doing it.
This letter today, Amar.
Mustafa, did you hear what Julia just said? She said she just got your letter.
that's Julia.
That's Julia. Here.
Yes,
She can hear you.
Moses, I got your letter.
Hey, Julia, you got my letter? Oh, very nice. I'm still working on. Oh, Casey, I gotta send you a letter. I sent Dawn a letter, and then Casey, I was writing your letter, but so, just kind of stopped. Actually, the lights turned off, and just a lot of stuff going on. But I'm gonna finish my letter.
I love you,
Yeah.
and I'll be back in touch.
Okay, I appreciate it. I love you too. And I tried to call you the other day, but I think it just went to voicemail or something.
I don't have good service here, but you try anytime. I'm kind of learning where the service areas are.
Oh, I see. Maybe that's what it was.
Leave my phone, where it'll pick up. So, yeah, definitely anytime.
Understood. That sounds good.
All right.
I'll definitely keep in touch. Thank you so much.
Anytime.
All right. Casey, I don't know if you got my text on Messenger. If you can do me a favor, if you can send me the part where Sarah Sammy talks about Jason Nance. I want to play for everybody, so that way everybody knows what I'm talking about. I mean, I really want to drive the point home once you hear the prosecutor talk about this guy.
Not on here, Amar.
He's
Oh,
not.
she's not on there? Okay.
No, I don't see her
How are you
anymore.
spelling his last name? It's
Oh,
Jason,
Nance?
right?
Nance.
Oh, see, I wouldn't even look. Okay.
I think she went to send you something.
Okay. I think, yeah, I just got a text from
On my
Jason.
phone.
All right, cool. We're going to get,
That might have been where she went.
yeah, we're going to get the video. Once we get that video, we're going to listen to this disturbing piece of information. Prosecutor Sarah Sammy. Man, hello, prosecutor.
Hi.
I've got your voice. I mean, that is disturbing. I have her voice.
It's getting exposed.
I mean, this is Mustafa. Exposure on a higher level.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. She's hiding in the courtroom. I've never seen a prosecutor being in so much fear by hiding under the table. You got Sarah Sammy and Stephanie Buck just sitting there hiding and whispering like two little mice. Like they're like two little weasels just whispering. I'm like, what are you guys whispering about? Why don't you just be transparent? Let people come into the courtroom like normal people. It's a public trial. It's a public hearing. Why is all my family members, why are they all trespassed? I'm not allowed to have family support me? Well, you have Glenn Ford, who's a rapist. He claims that Kylie Clapp, who was 15 at the time, and he's 40 years old, she's sleeping with him in bed. Is that okay? Why is the police okay with that? They have a rapist out on the loose, but they have to get Mustafa off the street
Here,
by
Mustafa.
using these fake witnesses?
I'm gonna play the audio for you for Glenn Ford. This is Amy Ashworth, star witness, by the way. This is what Glenn Ford says.
Not the older daughter, but the other daughter. I think she did some shit.
How old was she? 16?
16.
He says she's 16. He's talking about Kylie.
I'm like, yo, bro, no. I told her, like, yo.
Like, did you meet her?
No, she's not. It's not me. If it was me, that would be very much. She used to come in and
Like, not.
and they like,
Like opium.
man, you know, sitting there like, bro. Like, I took them,
Yeah.
and I didn't act like that. Like,
Yeah.
that was like, me, I used to do like to the point where I took it because I didn't want to get sick or withdrawal.
Yeah.
So I took like one, I'm good for the date.
Yeah.
Multiple, or she took them like
Did the
different
mom do
ways.
it with her?
Donkey didn't do pills with her, but she would smoke weed with her.
Okay.
And I got it. You had doing
I
still?
told Donkey, your daughter comes to this house like that one more
Why do you think
time.
that she did something like she did what happened to her with that one?
Because I said it.
You're not.
Like when she was arguing with her mom, like, because Dorothy and her.
Mustafa, it's 11:09.
Okay, Omar, I'm just going to go, but
You're
you get the point.
Okay,
now you're
I read the
done.
point, Mustafa. I mean, you listen to this audio. He's gonna talk about
You
a
get the
16-year-old waking up in his bed. Yeah,
You get the point.
Yeah.
Glenn Ford, who is sleeping with a minor, having an inappropriate relationship, no boundaries, and the police are okay with that. And you have Amy Hodgson concealing her identity, coming off as this Christina Kazai with K 07, whatever her name is online. That's Stephanie Claiborne Drum, Robert Drum's wife, the lead investigator's wife, utilizing police department resources, and they're all corroborating together. Well, you have
Mustafa, it's
the
11:10.
criminals out there.
It's 11:10.
I have to go.
I love
I
you.
just want to say
You
goodbye.
take care of yourself.
I love you. I love everyone. Thank you so much for your support. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Mustafa,
I'll
take
talk to you
care.
soon. And
Love you, man.
the truth is coming out.
The
All right,
truth
Mark,
is
take
coming
care.
out.
The panel said good night. They love you.
Good night. I love you too. I love you guys so much. Write me letters, please.
Okay.
Mustafa, love you, man.
Thank you for using Global Link.
This is Mustafa from solitary confinement in our adult detention county jail, Prince William County. Now,
Hello. Did you get the video? I mean, the recording?
yeah, let me play it.
I put it on
So,
2636. Okay, go to that number.
oh, so you want me fast forward? Okay.
Yeah, just a little bit.
All right. Cool.
Defendant and Dorothy Thompson were actually fighting that day prior to leaving the house. Both of the children were interviewed separately and they both indicated that they were fighting. Not only that, they
You sent Casey. You sent me the whole thing because you can't play the whole thing.
Yeah.
You can't fast forward on when-
I did. I
well,
did yours.
yeah. Well, when you send it over, I can only hit play. I can't play around with it back and
Oh,
forth.
okay. Then here, I'll go edit it real fast.
Okay.
Okay. I
All
don't know
right.
about real fast, but I'll try.
I love you, Casey. Thank you for doing everything you do. While Casey send us that portion of the audio where prosecutor Sarah Sammy talks about Jason Nance, the individual they use to lie about Mustafa and get Mustafa denied. Now, this bond hearing was on, let's see, the date for this bond hearing was August 7, 2023. Mustafa had two bonds hearings. One in August 7, 2023, and another bond hearing in May 10, 2024. So, we're going to start off with this audio, with this bond. We're going to talk about what happened in this bond hearing and how they lied about Mustafa and how they got Mustafa's bond denied. And then we're going to move into the other bond where they kept on lying about Mustafa. I mean, this is disturbing. Mind you, by the way, the prosecutor never brought Jason Nance again. Never brought him up again. Because now,
Of course not.
of course,
Of course not.
he's terrified.
He's useless.
By the way,
He's exposed.
she was never counting on the fact that we're gonna have the audio from the proceeding.
Okay, so you just made a beautiful point. None of this was ever nobody, everybody that's got their hands dirty in this,
Yeah.
including whoever, everybody, nobody counted on you getting any of
Absolutely,
anything to point
Hey,
towards
Lamar.
the truth.
absolutely,
None of it.
absolutely. They never counted on all this.
None
This
of
is, mind you, this is in general district court.
it.
There's no transcript. General district court doesn't have a transcript. It's only in circuit court when they start documenting. So she put him in
Oh.
and hoping and knowing that no one is going to catch what she's talking about. This is GDC, General District Court.
Yeah, here
Now,
we are.
I want to thank our deputy sheriff that supplied me with audio recordings. If it wasn't for their effort to supply me with audio recording from inside the court, it would be my word against her word. I mean, this community. I mean, what can I? How can I show this community what she did and how she brought in Jason Nance? I can't.
That is disturbing, like you like to say, because it is disturbing. Because if you didn't have any of this, if you didn't have a deputy that knew right from wrong
Yep.
and helping you out, you'd be toast.
Of course.
That's the bottom line of the truth.
Char, did you have a question?
Sorry.
I forgot what it was.
Oh,
That's okay. That's okay.
go girl.
I love you, ma'am. Well, while we wait on Casey, I want to continue playing what Linford is talking about and how he goes on and says he forces kids to shower, a 9, a 10, and a 16-year-old, Dorothy's 16-year-old daughter at the time, wakes up in his bed.
Who is Jason Nance?
Oh, Julia, let me tell you. Jason Nance is an individual that the prosecutor is using to get Mustafa denied bond on August 7, 2023. So if you're ever wondering how this prosecutor managed to get Mustafa bond revoked, denied, the judge gave Mustafa the bond only to have the prosecutor bring in an individual who she says got into Mustafa's vehicle. Mustafa had wrecked a vehicle, gave this guy a brain injury. The judge was so horrific, terrified. He said, based on what I'm hearing, Mustafa, your bond is denied. And then you find out that there is no incident, there is no vehicle accident, and Jason Nance does have a brain injury because he fell out of an airplane when he used to be in the Air Force.
And he's very mentally
Oh, yeah, he's mentally not there. I mean,
disabled.
he's mentally not there. Jason Nance, let me read you his rap
So
sheet.
they didn't provide any evidence of
No evidence. No, ma'am.
of
No evidence.
NBA,
Now, how did Jason Nance come to exist?
did he go to court?
No. The prosecutor proffers. Proffer is when she gets to say whatever she wants.
So first, Mo was buying weapons, and
Yep.
then you were making weapons, and then he. I mean, what are we just making up things as we go?
Absolutely.
All the way from the beginning.
Absolutely. And by the way, the disturbing part for the prosecutor is when I hold this podcast. You don't have to take my word for it. This audio from inside the court, you're going to hear the prosecutor bring in an individual, lie about Mustafa. You get to hear that. So the voice of the prosecutor is going to be on the internet.
It blows my mind how I didn't know. I just found out that that was yet another lie. Sorry, I didn't mean it to endure.
No, Julia, thank you for being here. Thank you for...
It's hard to keep up with the lies.
It's a lot. It's a lot. This is a local crazy guy. His rap sheet, Julia, let me read you his rap sheet. Now, by the way, each bullet point is a separate charge. Let's see. Disorderly conduct. That's 1. 2. Abusive language to another. 3. Play on the street, pulled by vehicle. I don't even know what that is. I mean,
What?
Could you not? He got charged. This is an actual charge. Play on the street, pulled by vehicle. 4.
Pulled by vehicle?
I don't know what that is. What does that even mean?
Dragging a car?
Play on the street, pulled by vehicle, and this is...
Sounds like he was getting.
Well, back in my days, they used to shag on the bumper of a car.
Oh my God.
You'd grab a hold of the bumper and they'd pull you sliding.
That is crazy. By the way, I'm going to give you the date of these charges, and you are going to be blown away. I mean, this every year he has a charge. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
All right, I think this is a good way of doing it. 2000...
He might have thought he was coming down on a parachute when he was on the car.
Oh man, you should see him coming when he comes down the street. I mean, he's screaming and yelling, and I mean, this guy's crazy. By the way. All right. 2013, disorderly conduct. 2013, another charge, abusive language to another. 2014, play on the street, pulled by vehicle. And I assume that he's playing on the street, and he has cage boards on, and he's hanging onto a vehicle. I don't know. I mean, that's what it says. 2013, resist arrest. 2013, trespass after forbidden. 2013, disorderly conduct. 2013, failure to identify. 2014, assault, it's a misdemeanor. 2015, false report summoned to law enforcement. This is interesting. Because if you're charged with false report, wouldn't you think you would verify the information that the police department get before you use it in a... Interesting. Now, okay, we're going to continue reading. 2015. Stalking, fear of death / assault. Feel bad for that person. 2017, assault, misdemeanor. 2020, assault and battery. 2020, disorderly conduct. 2021, assault on law enforcement, DOC person. 2022, assault and battery. 2022, disorderly conduct. 2017, vehicle improperly stomped on highway. What? This is 2017. You can't make this up. What does that even mean? Vehicle problem.
That was the vehicle that Mustafa was supposed to be driving.
That's in 2017. Char. This is 2017.
Well, it's sat there a long time.
Char. This is 2017.
When was Mustafa supposed to be accident with that guy?
Mustafa probably couldn't drive in
Mustafa never had this guy in his vehicle.
Yeah, I know. He didn't. But when was that? When did he accuse him of it?
Recently. Now. That Mustafa got...
Yeah, Shar, when his bond was denied, is when that lady decided to throw this dude's name out of erroneously, just lying, telling the judge that this man was TBI'd by Mustafa.
No time, no date that it happened, anything like that?
That apparently was not a technical question from the judge. He just took her lie and rolled with it.
Well, she did on every one of them.
Yeah.
Do you know how easily this could be verified? Char, Do you know how easily this could be verified? She says that Mustafa crashed a vehicle, so there has to be an incident report with Mustafa crashing a vehicle.
Right.
She said Mustafa gave this guy a brain injury, so there has to be a hospital report. Do you know how bad this prosecutor is digging a hole for herself?
You know what? I heard on.
I mean,
before I sent it.
That's why. I mean, this prosecutor. You got it?
I sent it to you.
Okay, I'm gonna play it.
He said that Mustafa wanted to kill her.
So we can sit here and assume, oh, is that? These are timestamps. There has to be an incident. There has to be a vehicle accident. There has to be a hospital report. You're talking about a brain injury. Now, when you find out that the brain injury happened when he fell out of an airplane in the Air Force,
did Mustafa hit him when he got out to hit the ground?
He's probably out of the hospital.
I guess Mustafa is the ground. He was holding him like a princess. Like, what are we talking about?
That was years ago.
Failure.
Mustafa in 2013.
Failure to obey traffic signal. I mean, this guy has a rap sheet. So let me just paint a scenario for everybody.
Wait a minute, Mark. That guy drives?
That guy drives. I mean, that's the scary part. By the way,
off the road.
By the way, that's the scary part. This guy is actually crazy. When I'm standing in front of 7-Eleven, I do roadside assistance, so there's a lot of standby time. So I get to see a lot. Right. I'm sitting in 7-Eleven. This guy comes in, start yelling and hollering at everybody. Gets to rent his movie, and he's yelling. I mean, I don't know. It's just weird. He starts screaming in the middle of the street. It's weird. I'm telling you, this guy is like legit crazy. Next thing you know, the police are chasing after him. It's weird. At one point, they chased him all the way from Israel. They chased him from Wawa all the way to the 7-Eleven and all the way to his house. I don't know. It was like
It's upsetting because here's where it gets to a point, almost to a point of where my own opinion would be that she's just damn near crossing the line of abusing the abuse.
Disabled veteran.
Total abuse. One that has a known mental condition.
Yeah.
That is abuse. That's all that keeps screaming. I'm listening and I'm hearing what's going on, but the big words that keep blowing out is their abuse.
Now you know you'll find Mary Jo. What's disturbing is Glenn Ford has a role to play in this. Glenn Ford is in possession of the 9-year-old child. Glenn Ford is weaponizing this child. He lies to the child. He says Mustafa ran away. He did this on purpose. Left your 5-year-old baby sister with the police. You got by the way, where am I getting this from? From the body cam of Glenn Ford. Glenn Ford says, I took one of the kids to 7-Eleven. And the kid is telling 7-Eleven this. Wait a minute. We know that you weaponized this kid because the other child says that you took a picture of 5-year-old Empress and is showing it to the kids.
That's sick.
That is,
abuse again?
That father needs to bring charges against that bastard. I'm sorry.
The hospital needs to have charges against it for not.
They shouldn't have let him in there. They should not have let Glenn in there to see that child.
You're not.
They wouldn't let her dad in.
Be in there unless you.
While they're actively not letting Mustafa see the child and not letting the actual father from being anywhere near the child, but they let Glenn Ford.
That's a federal
because,
violation.
of course.
And the doctor just went ahead and signed for the what's the donation?
Yeah, the organ.
I mean, that's another can of worms. That's another can of worms. I'll tell you. Glenn Ford. This is Glenn Ford, the ex-boyfriend who we have a private investigator who, on a recorded line, said wakes up to Dorsey's child, 16-year-old daughter, sleeping in his bed, and he forces a 9-year-old, a 10-year-old to shower. There's an audio on the internet. Now, Glenn Ford is in possession of one of the kids, takes him around the neighborhood, takes him to 7-Eleven, after weaponizing this kid, lying to the kid. How do we know this? We have multiple pieces of evidence. One of them is a forensic interview who says the investigators lied to me. One of the kids says that they lied to the kid. They tell him Mustafa's on the run, that he ran away, left my 5-year-old baby sister, and if he didn't run away, we could have saved your 5-year-old baby sister. That's what the police are telling him. And you got, in reality, Mustafa was helicoptered. We have the body cam, Mary Jo. Mustafa was helicoptered to the hospital. Mustafa was in a coma. But you've got police and the ex-boyfriend weaponized this kid. Now, Mary Jo, it gets disturbing because the ex-boyfriend, Glenn Ford, takes the 9-year-old child to the 7-Eleven. And he has him talk to the clerk behind the register, Toby. And then at that 7-Eleven, there's a crazy guy, Jason Nance.
Before you get to him,
Yeah.
I want to make something noted out loud. When we go to the fact they're talking about interviews and everything, there is, and I want everybody to hear me, and I'll repeat it again and again and again. There is an interview, quote unquote interview, that had been let out by people of Empress being interviewed, right? But nobody tells you. All you do is you get to hear this recording, and nobody tells you that it's actually Kylie, her own sister. This is not an actual interview. So I had to interrupt so whoever is watching, and hopefully it gets out there, that this quote-unquote supposed interview is not legitimate. It is her sister questioning, and how can you even trust that? You cannot. You cannot. So sorry, I had to step in real fast.
No, thank you for bringing that up. Now, what you find is
same sister that tried to get the Star.
Now, what's that guy's name?
exactly, Julie. Now, exactly. I'll tell you what you find out is before the vehicle accident, Kylie, Dorothy's 16-year-old daughter, who doesn't live with Mustafa and Dorothy, lives with her father, sneaked into the car and is recording a video where she's attempting to coerce 5-year-old Empress. And it's a weird video. Like, when you see it, if you have a 5-year-old child, you can tell when someone is attempting to solicit an answer and they're unsuccessfully soliciting an answer. And it's a weird video. Now, she's trying to frame Mustafa, and the police get called out, and they do a wellness check. They talk to Dorothy, they talk to Mustafa, they talk to the kids. There's a whole incident. This is like a month before the vehicle accident. And the police determined there is nothing to see here. This is a false report. Now, that same girl...
You know that sounds like what it is, Julia.
Mary Jo. Okay, yes, ma'am. The same girl, her father, the same girl, Glenn Ford says this about her. The ex-boyfriend, who's working with the police to weaponize the kids, says this about her to a private investigator. That she had came up to him. Let me play the audio for you. The same girl. Almost there. There we go.
Especially the older daughter. Like, she wanted me to shoot, kill him.
The older daughter wanted you to kill him?
Yeah. Could you please, if I make it look like, you know what I'm saying, something, and it's like self-defense, would you do it? And I'm like, no.
So, before the vehicle accident, Glenn Ford, the ex-boyfriend, tells the private investigator that Kylie went up to him and had asked him to kill Mustafa, and can we make it look like an accident? So now you're talking about a situation where you already attempted to frame Mustafa for abusing 5-year-old Empress.
Right.
unsuccessfully frame him. You're going around soliciting to kill Mustafa and asking Glenn Ford. This is Glenn Ford on a recorded line. Tell a private investigator that Kylie came up to him and asked him to kill Mustafa. Now, you find out that her father is this guy. This is her father. Why is that relevant?
Isn't he Jason?
This guy is, his name is Jason Clapp.
I thought that's who you were talking about when you said he had a he's mentally challenged. That I thought it was her.
The last name
Yeah.
sounds familiar.
Yeah. So there's a lot of moving parts. There's a lot of characters in here, and
Well, you know what it sounds like to me, Omar?
yes, ma'am.
Kylie trying to get Empress to say Mustafa was abusing him. Then she goes to Glenn Ford and asks him to knock him off. I think she's planned it.
Well, I'll tell you when you find out. I mean, Kylie, Glenn Ford on a recorded line says she came up to me and asked me to kill Mustafa. Well, today we have a vehicle accident, and the police, not me, the police body cam says this. They inspect Mustafa's vehicle, and they find brake failure. This is a body cam.
The bolts.
Didn't engage. Brake. Didn't engage.
Mustafa's foot is on the brake the whole entire time, but the brake did not engage. So Kylie is soliciting to kill Mustafa, and next thing you know, you have a vehicle accident where the brake does not engage, where Mustafa is hitting the brake.
Transmission with the bolts were all missing.
Bolts were missing from the
Normally,
transmission.
You might lose one.
Now,
But lose all of them?
Exactly. Now, I'll tell you, Char, what's more disturbing is we're finding out that Kylie's dad is Jason Nance, who works for a club owner. He pierces all the strippers. That's a very deep relationship, to pierce the strippers for a club owner. Now, why is that relevant? It's relevant because a month before Mustafa met Dorothy, his girlfriend, this happened with the club owner that Kylie's dad worked for.
Fucking keep it up, and goddammit, I'm telling you, you're gonna fucking go. You're gonna fucking
This went viral at the time.
Officer, get the fuck off my
The community started boycotting
I got this whole thing on video. Get the fuck
this establishment
fuck off. You're gonna go to jail, bro.
for this guy being racist to Mustafa. I mean, this is racism all over. Mustafa. I'm sorry, Char. Say that one more time. There is racism all over this. The community started boycotting the establishment. This video went viral. This is a month before Mustafa met Dorothy. Now, Mustafa's relationship with Dorothy is 3 months long. 3 months long. So a month before this, before Mustafa met Dorothy, this happened. Just happened, Kylie's dad works for this guy. Dorothy's daughter's dad works for this guy. And Kylie's going around soliciting to kill Mustafa? That's not odd. Interesting.
Yes, we're gonna make that a segment too. We're gonna start segmenting these. Yes, it is.
Now, back to
Did you say he also told Kylie that? Yeah, I know who that is. We had problems with him here at the.
apparently Kylie. Yeah. Char. Apparently Kylie hangs out.
Why?
My mom called. Oh yeah. Oh, you have to. Okay. We're gonna end this podcast pretty soon. I think we're going over 2 hours. Almost. It's been beautiful podcasting with you.
Oh, absolutely. I'm coming back out. We're gonna do this at minimum. Right now, I'm gonna commit to 2 nights a week.
I love you,
which
man.
I can, and then I say let's figure out timing and a day.
That's perfect.
Also, a day.
I would love to do it
Right.
during the day at the DOJ.
Because we need people to come in and start. And we're always going to start from the very beginning of the podcast. on, and I know we're going to beat that damn dead horse. The brother, everything started off from a lawsuit. They were already harassing, and an accident happened. We got to keep that up. Keep that up. And then the brother lying. Speaking of News Channel 4. Anybody reach back out to you?
No, I mean, Julie Carey, last thing I heard from her, she's asking about the song that Missy made. And I thought that was pretty odd.
Told me
I mean,
she
that's
was
what-
out of
That's
town
very
and
odd.
could not cover it at this time.
Say that again. I'm sorry.
She told me she was out of town when I asked her about the coverage, and I'll have to read the messages or I can send them to y'all. But when I asked her about the covering Mustafa, she said that because I told her that we were working on an article, and she said they were investigating, and that's before the videos come out. So when Amar asked to reach out again regarding the sheriff, she said she was out of town and she wouldn't be covering it at this time because she was out of town.
That's
As
crazy.
if there's no other anchors.
Exactly. Julie, she's gaslighting the conversation.
That's okay, because I'm documenting it, and
I think you should keep Billy in the limelight too.
Well, I'll tell you what's disturbing is this
Because I
part right
think
here.
a lot of it started there.
This is disturbing because when she goes into a forensic interview, the first thing she says, "Why are you here? My dad is making me come here." I mean,
So what is it that brought you here? Like, why are you here to talk to me today? Because my dad made me.
my dad made me.
So why is Julie with the TV? Why are they asking you about the song?
Well, Bustos, what she's worried about is she's asking me a very specific question. She says, "Is this a real person, or is this just an app that someone like you put it in an app and they make the song?" What she's worried about is if this is a real person, if this is a famous singer, the story can no longer be contained by Julie Carey.
It's not going to be able to anymore anyway. High five me, 'cause you got
Exactly.
this.
I'll tell it's out of the box.
Yes, sir.
Body cams, documents, discovery, voice of the prosecutor.
And you have an excellent panel, might I say. Let me
Thank
give
you.
kudos to your panel. If y'all are listening, y'all listen. I do want to give kudos to the panel because they are also way more than myself working diligently in the background, getting all of this stuff done. And I do want y'all, ladies and gentlemen, I do want y'all to understand and know that how much I, as Mary Jo, appreciate all of the work that you ladies and everybody, the panel, is putting into this because I by far cannot. I am here to bark the major points that everybody can lead up to, and I'm here to bark the absolute truth, which is what we're doing, and we're going to continue to do.
well, Mary Jo.
Love you, Mary Jo.
Absolutely, I love you.
Things you were doing as well.
Thank you.
What's really disturbing and what's missing out of this whole entire equation is they fail to realize that when they're sitting here manufacturing probable cause, lying about Mustafa, and you've got individuals that tell you, we were not there, we didn't see anything, but Mustafa is abusive to Dorothy and the kids. They are now shocked because there's a Google Nest inside the apartment that show you their relationship days on days that show it's a beautiful relationship, that those kids loved Mustafa.
You're going with me. He got a college-educated young man, and all his witnesses are drug addicts and criminals.
I love you, Charlie.
And also a good point.
I would believe the college-educated young man than drug
A bunch of criminal, right? And also a good point is that you have video of that day. Because when people say premeditated, that he planned this, blah blah. Besides the squeegee, let's. Oh,
You're
that's
talking about this
another
video.
day.
This is the video that you're talking about.
Okay, where Dorothy says you're going, the kids aren't. The other kids aren't, but Mustafa, he didn't even want to go. So that video is out there about how loving they are, about how this was not premeditated, because he already said he didn't even really want to go, but of course he went. He was told, Dorothy, and we all know it, we've admitted it, Dorothy wore the pants in that shit.
Yes.
And she said, "You taking me." And that's exactly what happened. There was no forcing. There was nothing. Because listen, Dorothy could have ran. I've been watching it. Like I said, I pound that video into my head. At 7. Yep. Listen, when she got out of that car to buckle that baby up. I mean, tell me as a mother, I am one that's, you take that baby and you run. You take the first opportunity. It doesn't matter if you know where you're going. You run. I have been there.
Yep.
You take that child and you run. Now, she got out, took her time, belted that baby in, buckled that baby in, got back in. This is just sickening.
It's just a lot of gaslighting. They're gaslighting the
Yeah.
case. They're gaslighting the case, and you have a lot of evidence that show everybody's lying. The prosecutor. I mean, Mary Jo, I'm gonna play the voice of the prosecutor and what she says about Jason Nance.
Contacted investigators from with the
How do you
crash
spell his last
to
name?
indicate that
See if he's got a TikTok or a.
It's Jason Nance, Nance. All right, let me play this.
N-A-N.
Contacted investigators from with the crash unit to indicate that he had previously been in a vehicle with this defendant, and the defendant had caused a crash in which he had a traumatic brain injury.
Did you hear that? Have caused a crash. Did you hear that? Has caused a crash and gave him a brain injury.
Sorry,
I mean,
play
this is
again.
prosecutor. Oh my God, this
Let's
is so
play this
disturbing.
again. I apologize.
No,
I
you're
wanted to
good.
write his name on the sticky note. He gets a sticky note.
To indicate that he had previously been in a vehicle with this defendant, and the defendant had caused a crash in which he had a traumatic brain injury from. It was apparent to investigator Drum as this individual was not actually in his
No, that was Jennifer's 21st.
and investigator Drum actually asked him to
Tuesday
write
is
his
Christine's
statement
birthday.
as he could not fully understand what he was saying.
And they're all on Tuesdays. Corey's was
Did you hear?
perfectly. Girl,
my
wait
God.
till I do the video.
Did you hear this? I mean, did you hear?
Oh, no,
this?
not yet. I have not.
Oh my God, this is so disturbing.
You can't hear the
Well, no. It's
Probably us.
if you're on YouTube, you'll hear it come through because what I'm doing, I'm actually bringing the cell phone, putting it next to the microphone, so it's gonna come really clear on the YouTube. It should. But we'll be posting this audio, so you'll be able to listen to it.
You need to start doing your closing.
Yeah, we're gonna close in a couple of seconds.
Okay.
But I want to drive the point home, and I want to remind everybody that this prosecutor lying about Mustafa is what took Mustafa's freedom. I mean, Mustafa could have gone home on a bond. On, let's see, the date is August 7, 2023. This is August 7, 2023.
Now they're saying Mustafa caused the accident that brain damaged Jason.
Yes,
Correct.
correct. They're saying that Mustafa caused a vehicle accident, gave Jason Nance a brain injury.
It wasn't just he had an accident, it was he caused an accident.
Yes,
right?
that's exactly what she says.
So that's the same thing they're doing now, is he caused the accident by going head on with the cars to unalive Dorothy and the baby.
It's exactly. I mean, they're just flat out lying. They just flat out lie.
Because originally, didn't they say he threatened an officer?
I mean, now in the second bond, they say he threatened the correctional officer, and then we have the witness statement from the inmate that says Mustafa never threatened anybody. Oh, Mary Jo, you haven't heard this.
I'm.
Oh my God.
Oh God. I need
There's a lot that I gotta tell you.
Yeah.
So the second bond in there is another bond that came. So this bond was in August 7, 2023. There was another bond in May 10, 2024. The judge gives Mustafa the bond based on the evidence. He sees a dash camera. He hears the audio of the falsified police report, gives Mustafa the bond. The prosecutor comes back, and she says, Your Honor, a month ago, Mustafa threatened a correctional officer.
Oh.
By the way, she doesn't give out the evidence. She doesn't have any evidence. She just says that.
Again, the judge rolls with it.
The judge rolls with it. Now, unfortunately for this prosecutor, guess what I have? Let me show you what I have.
Isn't that correct, Damar?
What happened, Julia? What happened?
Hearing it in
When you
the
set the hearing,
jail.
you said Amy Ashworth is going to be very mad with you.
Oh, yeah. She stands in court, and she tells him, Your Honor, Commonwealth Amy Ashworth is going to be, the Commonwealth attorney is going to be very upset with you. What is that supposed to mean? What do you have on this judge that you're, I mean, this is, you're threatening the judge.
Yeah.
Now,
clear.
Mary Jo, she says Mustafa threatened the correctional officer, right? Now, tell me why, when I open Mustafa's file, I find this in it. An inmate, an audio from inside the jail of an inmate. This is a CCTV video. This is a CCTV video where the correctional officer that's in question is actually giving Mustafa a mattress and his items. I mean, if she's being threatened by Mustafa, how was she seen?
Right.
How was she seen on CCTV giving Mustafa items, his mattress, his items? I mean, this is the correctional officer. Let's see there.
Well,
we
that's
go. There
like
we go.
the bomb and
You see that right there?
gun with you guys.
Yes.
They
I mean,
walk out
this
every
is who
day.
they're talking about. This is the correctional officer that they said that prosecutor Sarah Sammy is claiming that Mustafa threatened. Well, if that's true, how is she giving Mustafa his items back?
Did this officer ever make a report? Is there anything?
Yes, you did.
24 hours later.
Hearing on it.
After the Commonwealth.
No.
Alerts.
This incident is a month
Okay.
before the bond hearing.
Okay. One before.
This incident happened on April 5th. She waits 24 hours and then files a report that Mustafa threatened her. Now, what was happening within that 24 hours? We, the family, came out to the jail parking lot and were protesting because they went in and beat Mustafa, choked him, beat him, and stepped all over his Quran and his religious items. That video went viral, us protesting for beating Mustafa.
Okay.
And then the correctional officer, all of a sudden, she goes into the system and writes that Mustafa is the one that threatened her. Now, unfortunately for her, I have the CCTV video where she's seen giving Mustafa items at the time that she said he's threatening her. If Mustafa is threatening you, you sure didn't seem it to be a threat. I mean, look, you're handing Mustafa items. His cell is going to be open. The door is going to be open. Look. This is her. They opened the door.
So you said it was April 5th. Was that his 1-year anniversary?
Yes, and they beat him on the day of.
Yeah, the day of. I just saw the date on it. It's, I hate that day. I know
It's
y'all
his
do
anniversary
too.
gift.
And I'm sitting here reading the Virginia guidelines.
And
for
I'm going to play the audio of what the witness says. There's a witness that is recorded in Mustafa's file. An inmate across from Mustafa that tells you exactly what happened.
About the first and last night? That's correct. Open the cell door.
In regards to, and now you're telling me you're gonna take my mattress?
It's Lamar McNeil.
Yes, sir.
Yep. So go ahead and ask him any questions.
Good morning, Mr. McNeil. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing good.
Good. So, do you recall the incident in regards to April the 5th on Friday?
Yes, I do recall that.
Okay. Can you please tell us what happened from your perspective?
Okay. From my perspective of being at my cell door, he pushed it.
There we
The
go.
officers kept it moving. Didn't pay no mind. It was like, look, all I'm asking. The officers kept it moving. Didn't pay no mind. It was like, look, all I'm asking, if y'all not gonna answer me there, can y'all answer the intercom? Nobody failed to answer the intercom or answer him. So he called the officer's name like, hey, like, can y'all at least answer me? No officer failed to answer. A sergeant came, and when he came, then this sergeant was like, don't be calling my officer's names and stuff. Like, what's wrong with not calling the officer's name if nobody's gonna answer the intercom? So if nobody's gonna answer the intercom, then you're gonna acknowledge the officer by calling their name and stuff. Well, the sergeant said, well, if you keep calling my CO's name and stuff, I'm gonna run in your cell and take everything out. When he said that, I was like, that's not even a damn rule of like, that's not breaking no rule or whatever by calling an officer, acknowledging who they are to ask a question or whatever. So when he was like, it didn't care that like if you want to run in my cell for me calling an officer's name, that's not breaking no rule or whatever. He said, open the cell door, open the cell door. So then he knew that it wasn't breaking no rule and stuff. The sergeant basically was looking to try to do a bully move. So the bully move was open his cell up. He ran in the cell, took everything out his cell, and I'm like, that's not even no rule in the book of saying the officer's name because you have to address them if you need that. 10 minutes later, they brought him his stuff back.
I was literally praying, and they stepped on my prayer rug, threw my Quran around. Did you hear the ruckus in here when they roughed me up?
I mean, I could look and see all the stuff that was right there thrown on the floor because it's right in front of my cell and stuff like that.
Did you hear me threaten the officer in any manner?
There was no threats. There was no threats. The only reason why the officer went in his room because he said, stop calling my...
There was no threat, but the prosecutor tells Judge Weimer, Your Honor, Mustafa threatened the correctional officer. Now, why did they go into Mustafa's cell, beat him, step on his Quran, violate his religious item? One, well, there's an 18-year-old that was found unresponsive inside the jail.
Right.
There's a detective that's investigating, and Mustafa, along with other inmates, came forward and said a correctional officer has something to do with the unaliving of this 18-year-old. So the jail is retaliating.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And two, it's the anniversary of Dorothy and Empress.
Yeah, that's why
They beat him
I
on
don't
that
know if
day.
you saw me looking at that date because
Yep.
I didn't know that they did. You know,
Yep.
there's a lot I'm learning, and it's just more and more disgusting. On the day.
You know, I'll tell you, and the prosecutor in court. Yeah, it's just the prosecutor. The disturbing part about this whole thing is the prosecutor gets up in court, she lies to the judge, and tell him Mustafa threatened the correctional officer. Now this is evidence in Mustafa's file that the judge did not care about. I mean, this is sealed material. Mary Jo, the community doesn't see it. Mustafa doesn't see it. The family doesn't see it. This is sealed material. It's not supposed to see it.
Well, too bad, because they're going to see it, because this is crazy. If this was not gotten, oh my lord. Like, what is that? The Innocence Project. Isn't, I think that's the name of it, where they
Innocent
go,
Project, yeah.
yes. I started looking into them, and it's amazing what they actually have really gotten, people, but it's the truth that was looked upon and found, and this is what's going to happen here for Mustafa only. It's the truth. Or not only, I'm sorry.
This prosecutor.
Our only goal.
I love you, man. I'll tell you,
Jeez.
it's a miracle that, Mustafa's evidence is all over the internet.
Right.
And they can no longer gaslight the conversation. This title of this podcast is Judge Carol Weimer Under the Microscope. Because we're literally sitting here looking at Judge Carol Weimer, who's supposed to be an impartial judge, and asking, why did you deny Mustafa's bond on May 10, 2024? I mean, you have the evidence that he never threatened the correctional officer.
Right.
The prosecutor, I have her audio. I have the audio of the prosecutor where she lied about the whole thing, tell the judge Mustafa threatened the correctional officer, and the evidence literally show that Mustafa didn't threaten anybody. We're going to keep talking about this. We're going to keep exposing the prosecutor. the judge. We have body cams. And I remind everybody, when you join this podcast, you have a choice. The prosecutor tell you that she's not going to release any body cam to you. She's not going to release any document out of this discovery. She's not going to give you the dash camera. And she tell you, because she's a prosecutor, because she's a Commonwealth attorney, that you should take her word for it. But she's not going to give you anything.
Wrong.
Now, Mary Jo, I tell everybody that joins this podcast, do not take my word for it.
Correct. Yes, you do.
I'm going to give you the body cam. I'm going to give you the document. I'm giving you the dash camera. I'm giving you the audio of the prosecutor.
Yes.
The proceeding inside. And you tell me that this police department did not falsify every police report in Mustafa Al-Jazari case.
And you do not have a panel trying to shove lies and deception around. It's 100%. You take it and you watch it yourself and you'll see.
This is not
You
personal.
don't have people that harass other people or reach out behind the scenes like has been done by other people to other people before. Never once has that been done. Never once.
It is disturbing.
So obviously it speaks for itself. Not
is disturbing.
one of your
I'll-
panel browbeats anybody.
I'll tell you, this conversation should not be personal. You should not have this conversation about me, you,
me, nothing.
We're discussing the case of Mustafa Al-Jazari.
Correct.
If you have facts, bring them to the table and let's talk about them. But if you're going to come here and make this about me or you, I'm not interested. As a matter of fact, I'm disgusted. The whole community is disgusted. This shouldn't be a conversation about me. I mean, if you're talking about the Mustafa Al-Jazari case, you are more than welcome to join the conversation. I mean, I'm doing my best here. I'm doing my best. I do my best not to take things personal. I do my best to stay objective. And if you're watching, you can't get better than, Angie reaches out to me, an individual on TikTok. You know how many negative comments I got from Angie over the month, over the year? I think over a year. A lot of comments, a lot of negative comments. Do I take it personal? No. She reaches out to me in good faith. I reach back to her in good faith. Because this is not personal.
Right.
I don't know her and she doesn't know me. We're looking at the Mustafa Al-Jazari case. And based on the fact, we're moving accordingly. Now, do I blame her for sending negative comments? No! This case is heavily trolled by the police department. You don't have to take my word for it. The police department have not released anything to the community except 4 seconds of a chopped up dash camera.
Correct.
You want to talk about trolling.
Yes.
This conversation should not be personal. It should be objective. And we're going to continue to have an objective conversation.
Yes.
Based on the facts. What are the facts in the Mustafa Al-Jazari case? There are body cams, there are documents, there are audios, there are timestamps, there's a dash camera.
And we welcome, Amar welcomes people to speak about the truth, not come on here hot-headed and at him, because that won't be tolerated. But to speak the truth, if you have genuine questions, not come on and throw accusations.
We have evidence, Mary Jo, have evidence that I have a body cam where the wife of the investigator is on the internet trolling the Mustafa Al-Jazari case.
Yeah, well,
I think that is disturbing, and that should be looked into. And the community is heavily watching.
Yeah, technically she never should have been on that phone call, and we all know, it doesn't matter, not throwing darts, we all know, she never should have been on that phone call with her husband. Ever. That's
Stephanie?
total abuse again.
I have your body cam.
Ever.
I have her body cam. I have Amy Hobson's body cam.
comfortable.
The federal government is investigating. Now you got the wife of the investigator, Stephanie Claiborne Drum, kissing my ass, trying to be in a good relationship with me to distance herself from Amy Hobson. Well, too smart for you, man. I'll see you a mile away. And I promise you, by the time I'm done with you, you and your husband are going to end up in federal prison. I mean, I can imagine the conversation. Mary Jo, at home, she's telling Drum, I can't do this anymore. I need a divorce. I mean, for the past 2 years, that's what she tells him.
I don't know about that, but
She's
just stop. Don't let people.
She needs a divorce. Drum, Robert, can we call each other on first name basis? I mean, at this point,
Oh Lord, have mercy.
I think we should. Stephanie, Robert, you guys are going to jail. And you guys are going to jail. Federal jail. I want to thank everybody for being here. Mary Jo, I love you, man. Do you want to say
Absolutely, I love
anything?
you too.
You want to close anything?
No, just on people keeping open minds, pay attention to the truth. The videos out there. Don't pay attention to anybody that reaches out, or you can if you want to. Just watch the smoke and mirrors. Watch this blowing the smoke up your arses, because there are people that will absolutely try to do that because their focus is turned off from the real truth of justice, and now they're just full of hatred, and it's totally turned into a shit show that should never have started. We're here for the truth.
We are here for the
Stay
truth.
here with the truth, and that's all you're gonna do is the truth.
Mary Jo, I love you, man.
Right?
I love you. This beautiful woman that looks like a Barbie doll. Thank you for being on this podcast.
Thank you so much.
You bring this whole podcast to life. I want to thank Farah, beautiful Farah, Char, Crystal, I love you, ma'am. Tracy, Casey, Boosters, Missy,
all of you.
You know,
I gotta go feed my dog.
I love you, Char. I love you, Char. I love you.
You don't think I'm beautiful?
You are absolutely beautiful. You know, I'll tell you. Let me tell you something. Really quick. You drive people crazy, and I'll tell you how.
What?
When they put out a rumor that you beat and choke your dog, I mean, they have a specific rumor. You drive them so crazy that they have a rumor dedicated for you that Char beats her dog. I have a feeling that she gets beat up by her dog. The way she caters to that dog, I love you, ma'am.
Yep.
And I'll tell you one thing that I bet they can't do what you do, which is turn on your goddamn camera.
Hey!
Prove me wrong. Can Stephanie Claiborne Drum prove me wrong and turn on her camera and tell me and tell everybody that we're not gonna see this behind the screen? On that note, I love you, Missy. I love you. Thank you for being here. I want to thank everybody for being here.
Hey.
Yes, ma'am.
You can't see.
There you go. Beautiful Char. Missy, what happened?
Call back in a little bit. Just
Okay.
for a few minutes, please.
I got you.
Okay, gotcha.
Thank you for being here. This is not another boring podcast. Mary Jo, I love you, ma'am.
Never
I
boring
love
here.
you.
Never ever boring here.
Not another boring podcast. Or we can say, not another boring podcast.
There you go.
Whether you want to say it that way, whether you want to say it this way, at the end of the day, we've got body cams, documents that we want you to look at.
Yes.
And you tell us what Prince William County Police Department is doing in the Mustafa Al-Jazari case. What Commonwealth Amy Ashworth is engaged in. Because it sure sounds like a bunch of malarkey. Thank you for being here. This is not another boring podcast. Mustafa, through the police body cam. Judge Carol Weimer, under the microscope.
Thank you. Didn't play that. Night, everyone. Made me go get.